Hey there. If you are joining on the rebroadcast, I just want to welcome you. And I'm just going to keep this here on this picture for 1 second. That to the right of Nicole, like her bestie. I mean, seriously, could anything be any better than that? But it's not. I don't know. It's not. All right. Hey, everybody. So, just wanted to stop, take a few minutes. It might be more than a few minutes. It might be, I don't even know, maybe 10 minutes or so. So far, what you've seen me doing on Periscope has been pretty happy. Just some traveling out and about Times Square. We were Monster Golf. Really nothing of any substance. Today I want to give you guys some substance. So what the topic of the scope is about being fearless, believing in yourself, and telling you a little bit of what I learned from meeting Nicole. So last night I had the opportunity to have dinner with Nicole and 12 other absolutely beautiful women. We had dinner over at the Harlem Tavern, and it was so when I get an opportunity like that, which I have to say I've been blessed with so many opportunities. I get really thoughtful, humble. So after I actually got my ticket to have dinner with Nicole, I go through this whole thought process of what the heck am I doing? Because there's your fear. Hey there, thanks for joining me, and just wanted to thank you all for being here. And if you want to give hearts, that's always awesome. Lets me know that at least hopefully what I'm giving you maybe rings true in your heart. So I spent a lot of time thinking about how did I get the whole process of what the heck am I doing? What did I get myself into? How am I going to do this? I'm going to be sitting down having dinner with Nicole. What am I, crazy? And you go through that whole self-doubt. Because I think everybody on Periscope here were learners. We're thought process people. We're thoughtful. We believe somewhat in ourselves and maybe are here to learn and to get that courage, to get that belief in ourselves. We all are, I think, entrepreneurial minded. And there's a lot that goes with that. And there's a lot of self-doubt. There's a lot of fear that goes along with that. So, could last night have been life-changing for me? Absolutely. Absolutely. Every opportunity that comes your way can be life-changing, and that's 100% the way I view it. So, putting my fear aside, putting my self-doubt aside is 100% necessary, because if you don't take opportunity as it's presented to you, the only person that is suffering is yourself. The only person that will not move forward is yourself. There was 12 women at that dinner last night. Had I not been there, would it have made a difference to any one of those women? Absolutely not. They would have had an amazing dinner, and each one of those women would have flourished and moved forward in their lives. And I would have been sitting home with my fears. So that's the first thing that I've learned, is that you really have to be kind of fly by the seat of your pants. Just do it. Just do it. Think after. You'll get through it. We all have our fears. You just have to take the opportunities, because if you don't take those opportunities, you may not get them again. And I think once you start believing, opportunity is there. Once you start doing, once you start creating, once you start working at it, opportunity is presented to you. It's just a matter of whether or not you're going to take it. So that's totally where being fearless comes into play, and believing in yourself, because Nicole believed in every one of us there, because just by us being there showed to her that we're fearless, because we took the opportunity. She only had room for 12 people. Those 12 of us that got those tickets were the ones that were hungry for it. I tweeted Nicole and said, I heard you talking about on your scope, you're having this dinner, but I don't see the link. Where's the link? I was in a total panic. I had to get the link. I had to be at this dinner. That was my thought process. All of my fears, all of my self-doubt, that was in the back of my head. Not even with me at that moment. At that moment, I knew I had to be there. And whatever I had to do to make that happen, I was going to do it. And I did it. And every other woman that was sitting at that dinner table did it. So Nicole believes in each and every one of us that were at the dinner, because you're already showing that you're fearless. You're already showing that you believe. You're showing that you have the desire and that you have the hunger. So fear is something that I do want to talk about still, because I think that even as entrepreneurs, we all have fear. We all have it. I don't know. Sometimes I think maybe I have more than others. Is it a woman thing? Is it a mother thing? Is it the fact that my mother was completely neurotic? It could be all of those things. But I have fear. Some nights can't sleep at night because of the fear. But you can't let fear hold you back. You just can't. I tell my boys, they experience it as children. They get these fears of, Mom, I don't want to do it. Don't make me go to school late, because I don't want to walk into class late and have my teacher maybe, make a little comment and embarrass me in front of my class, or have some of the students. And the answer to them is, you're going to do it. Fear is normal, but you have to face your fears. So how better do I set an example for my boys than facing my own fears? So that's number one, is just do it. Do it, think after. Put yourself in a position where you may be uncomfortable. We're all uncomfortable at moments in our life. Just do it. Don't self-sabotage yourself. Don't self-doubt yourself. Don't self-criticize yourself. Just do it. As long as you believe in yourself, anything is going to be possible. So let's keep talking about believing, all right? You have to, number one, believe in yourself. Number two, believe in the universe. If you doubt yourself, you know what? There's bigger things. There's the universe. Believe in karma. Believe in God. If you're religious, believe in God. Believe in your angels. My mother passed away 12 years ago. And it's something that we'll talk about on future scopes. I very much believe that she's a huge guider in my life. That's my belief. That makes me feel good. That makes me happy. I also believe in karma. I am a huge believer in karma. One scope topic that I do want to do one day is that basically I'm selfish. I'm selfish, so I do good for people, because I believe in karma. I believe that by my doing good for other people, it's going to circle back around and I'm going to get good in return. So is that being selfish? Sure, it's being selfish, but you know what? I'm helping other people. It's all in what gets you to do it. Whatever your belief system is, just believe in it. Use your thought process, trick yourself, do whatever you have to do to get yourself believing in you and to start doing. So once you get your mindset that you know how to believe, that you do believe. I don't want you to believe, I want you to believe in fairy tales. I really do, because fairy tales do come true. But don't believe in the sense that you're going to say, all right, okay, Melissa, I believe. And then you're going to sit home and you're going to watch, talk TV all day long and just wait for like Peter Pan to ring your doorbell or Tinkerbell to ring your door, or even the Tooth Fairy to come, bringing you some gifts at night. It's not going to happen. Believing in the universe, believing in karma, believing in yourself means that you believe, but you also are going to make it happen. So now, once you believe in yourself, now it's time for you to push your fears aside. Believe in yourself and make it happen. So a little bit of a past history about me is I was in a career for 23 years that I absolutely hated. I loved the income. I loved the freedom that income provided to me. Loved my house. I loved my cars. I loved jewelry. I loved clothes. I loved it all. I loved the freedom of having my job and the security. I loved it. I hated the job. Absolutely hated it. And I often would say to myself, Melissa, you sold your soul to the devil. You truly have sold your soul to the devil. But what do? It's what you have to do. Hello there, Gertrude. It is what you have to do. It's called life. It's called survival. So I'm not saying that what I did is right for anybody, and I did it for 23 years. Hello, my friend. How are you today? But it's all about believing in yourself and making your dreams come true. So for 23 years, I literally felt trapped, defeated. I would spend that money that I was making and had a great time doing it. And it was kind of almost a vicious cycle. But it was a cycle, hey there, how are you, that I had to live because that's life. There's a responsibility that you have, to maintaining stuff like a house. You have children, you have to provide for them. You have things that you have to do. But all the while, don't let it defeat you to the point that you won't believe. There was a time for 5 years while I was working that I was an antique dealer. And that was my passion. It's still my passion. I'm a huge collector. I just did it. So I actually worked 40 hours a week. I spent probably 15 hours a week commuting. I drove an hour to an hour and a half each way to work every day. And then I was an antique dealer, and that was my passion because I believed in myself, regardless of what anybody made me feel, regardless of how my boss would make me feel. Because I tell you, I had 2 bosses in those 23 years. Each one of those bosses used to do the same thing to me where they did not want me to leave them. They didn't. I was good at what I did. I was actually in my field. I'd like to say I was the best at what I did. They seriously would try to make me feel like I was not good so that I wouldn't leave them. I wouldn't go off and I wouldn't try to do other things because they wanted me there with them. But I did it. I went and I believed in myself and I was an antique dealer for about 5 or 6 years because I knew that I was better. Then I met my husband, and then together we had 4 boys, and he was a single dad when I met him, and I was a single mom. I was a single mom from when my son was 6 months old, okay? And that's just life. Life happens, things happen. Do you let it drag you down? Sure, it's going to drag you down, but don't let it hold you down. Just deal with life. Take every step that's put in front of you and just keep on moving. So my husband also was in not a great situation. He was a single dad to 3 boys who had, a job that he needed to get off to, and his boys were young at that time. So here we go. The universe stepped in, and my husband and I met. And it was pretty magical. Exactly. That's right. Deal with life. Deal with everything that's put in front of you. So the universe, though, did step in. I was going through a rough time, and I was feeling sorry for myself, but then you pick yourself up and you say, you know what? We're just going to keep on moving. This is just one little roadblock, and I'm going to keep on going. So my husband, the same. Karma, the universe, our gods, our angels, whoever they are, stepped in and put the 2 of us in each other's lives. Ooh, my kitty's going to get a little spanking for that. So we met, and I absolutely 100% believe that it was the universe that put us together. So together, we decided, then we had now 4 boys together that we were raising. Obviously, both of us felt that it was a priority since we were both the main caregivers for our boys. Sorry about that, guys. We were the 2 parents. We were the 2 parents that stuck around in these kids' lives. Okay, so that was number 1 priority for us. So together, I was a single mom, working mom. So my son was in daycare. My son would have to go to babysitters when he was sick. You have to do what you have to do. So I'm not judging anybody who has to do things in their life. I'm only sharing my story. And the main basis of this is to just show you that believing is important. No matter what the circumstance, just believe and don't ever give up. Don't ever stop. Because if you stop doing, I've come across, my heart is with single moms. My heart, the people that I help are single moms. I work with a lot of agencies that work with abused women, abused mothers. That's where my heart is. I've come across many women in my lifetime that need help. I needed help. There was a time I needed help. But you can never stop doing, no matter how dire your situation is. Once you've given up and once you stop doing for yourself and stop doing for your children, I won't do for you either. You have to do for yourself. You have to put that effort and energy in to make the changes. Then people will help you. Then the universe will help you. Okay, I got sidetracked there a little bit. But, so my husband and I decided together that I needed to be home. We had a situation with a babysitter that had been watching our kids, and things went horribly wrong. Not tragically wrong, but just wrong. My kids were seeing things that I would not have picked for them to see. Things were happening that were not good. I was not okay with it. So my husband and I decided that, you know what, enough is enough. All right, I've been a working mom for all these years. I was making over 6 figures, but it didn't matter. My kids mattered more. So we made a decision together that I was going to stay home. And I don't know that I actually really thought about it. I was at that point in my career where I had it, so quitting was both liberating and scary and all of those things. It was more scary than anything. I think I probably didn't even think it through enough, because if I did think it through enough, I probably would have never done it. But I had to do it. So my first belief is when you do something for the right reason, good things will happen. So we made the right decision for our boys. Had no idea, no plan. Maybe we should have planned it out a little bit better. I guess our best plan is that I was going to be home. And so we started doing that. I started to just be home with my boys, forgetting, though, that I am entrepreneurial. I'm an overachiever. I work way too hard. I'm a workaholic. It was not enough for me to be home. Being home is truly enough, but it was not enough for me as a person, as a woman, as a mother. I needed to do something for myself and to help my family financially. So I had no idea really what I was going to do. I started just kind of learning that I had to live my life as it was presented to me. I made the right decision for the right reason. I'm going to put my hands, literally, open them up to karma, the universe, and we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out as we go along. But don't ever stop doing. So I think after about 2 months, I had started couponing just because it was a necessity, because we'd gone from 2 big incomes now down to 1. So there was a little bit of pressure financially. And I started couponing out of necessity, and I totally loved it, and fanatically loved it. So I woke up one morning and just decided, you know what, I'm going to start a blog. It's like I woke up and I had this feeling of that I need to do this. This is what I have to do. Again, not thinking much. And I think that's where my life has truly changed, when I stopped thinking so much, when I stopped worrying about so much, and I started living life as it's put in front of me, and just doing, because once you stop doing is the problem. As long as you're doing and you're trying, good things will happen. So I went ahead and I started this blog. And that really is where I just started following my journey with open arms. I also decided that karma had to be on my side. So that's where, now here I was financially not in the situation to help people, but I had a skill. I had a skill of couponing. So here I had this abundance of things. So now here's my opportunity. I can help people. I can help women that have been abused. There's shelters that home women and children that are in need, and they need stuff. They need stuff. They don't have the funds to have stuff, but they have the heart to open up their doors to these women that are in need. So that's where I started giving. And it was important for me to do that as a human. Important to me from the selfish side, like I said, in believing in karma, that if I do good, it will do full circle. It'll come back to me. And also, as a mother, I needed to teach my boys that they need to do good things. I needed to show them by example, show them by example of us going to the shelter on Christmas Eve to bring each and every one of the mothers a gift. Because I had already known throughout my community that all of the children were very well taken care of. There was a local business that I'm friendly with that did a Christmas drive, toy drive for the kids. So the kids were getting gifts, but everybody forgets the women. These are women that have been displaced from their homes. They have no home for themselves or their children, and they've left desperate situations. So again, doing the right thing for the right reason, not thinking about what they're doing, just knowing they have to do it. So my priority was to bring each one of those mothers a gift, because that to be a mother and to put your children first deserves a Christmas gift. So that's where I think my life really started to turn around. 23 years I had this job, I had the income, but I was in a vicious cycle. I was working, I was paying bills, I was spending money because I hated my job. So then there was this vicious cycle of, working, spending, paying, working, spending, paying, stress, not making all this money and really not having any money. And now I was staying home with my kids with no income, but out of necessity, learned something that was useful and helpful, and now I could make a difference. I had the time and the ability to start making a difference. And I'm telling you that is when my life has started to be graced with opportunity. Plus, the workaholic and the entrepreneur in me, I can't sit down. I can't just sit around. So I started this blog. And again, for the right reason, I just started doing it. Not necessarily knowing, I actually had no clue that you could make money being a blogger. I mean, no clue that you could make money being a blogger. I think it took me 6 to 8 months before I learned that there are women that make really good livings being bloggers. That was not my motive. My motive was I had an ability. I had information that I needed to share, and I knew that there was women and mothers that needed to learn how to coupon, because it was life-changing for me, because I was home with my kids and I wasn't stressing about how I was going to buy something at the store. There was an abundance of things just by my learning how to coupon. So that was why I needed to start my blog. I needed to spread this message. So again, the right reason and then good things come. So basically, once you start living your life, kind of like you're riding a wave, you're just literally grabbing at things, at whatever you could reach as they come across your path. Those being the opportunities, just keep reaching for them. Reaching for them and believing in yourself. Is it by the grace of God? Heck yeah. Absolutely. Religious, not religious, whatever you believe in. Like you said, I believe my mother has a big influence. I believe in karma, and I believe in God. Those are the things that keep me centered and grounded. Absolutely 100%, all of those things are in my life daily. And I am blessed beyond being blessed. Have I busted my butt? Heck yeah. I've stayed up many nights till 2 a.m. working. Working when at that time I was making $150 a month off of my blog. And you know what? I was thrilled. When I made my first like $50 on my blog, I was ecstatic because here I was finally doing what I always wanted to do after 23 years of working. I was home, I believed in myself, and I was now making money because I believed in myself. I stopped letting everybody doubt me. I stopped letting myself doubt me. I stopped letting people talk me out of doing. I did it. Even my husband would look at me some nights and think I was crazy. I mean, he literally still some nights looks at me like I'm crazy because my belief system is so huge that to me the possibilities are endless. He's not always, he doesn't always see that, but it's hard. It is hard to understand that there is such greatness out there. And you have to reach it for it, seek it, make it happen, believe in yourself, and just do it. That's the strongest thing that I can say to anybody is just do it. So, what I learned yesterday from meeting Nicole, number one, she's a beautiful person, okay? And I always say, beauty is on the outside, absolutely. Who doesn't want to be beautiful? But the most beautiful women are the women that are beautiful on the inside. To be beautiful on the inside is something that not everybody has. Nicole's absolutely 100% beautiful on the inside as well as the outside. Every woman there last night was also beautiful on the inside as well as beautiful on the outside. They were all fearless. They could be my soul sisters. We all immediately bonded at dinner last night because we all are the same. We all are, no one is better than the other, but we all believe in ourselves and we're all fearless. Heck yeah, I was scared, but I'm still fearless. But I put those fears aside. So being at dinner with Nicole really just reinforced what my journey has been. Believing in yourself, being fearless, and doing it. Just do it. So that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. For those people that are single moms, there are opportunities that I've had that I can actually share with you, but that's not what today's scope is. Today's scope is just about being fearless, believing in yourself, and today I finally gave you some substance so that you guys get to see a little piece of me, of who I am, because so far what I've been giving you has been some beautiful scenes. Gertrude knows I live by some beautiful water, so I've been sharing some of that with you. And that's what I see. When I see beauty, I want to share it. But now you get to actually see some of what's inside of me. So I wanted to share that with you today. And thank Nicole again. Last night was just incredible and amazing. Meeting her absolutely will be life-changing for me. I can't recommend to you guys enough to listen to her scopes, and take any opportunity that you get that comes across your path. Just take it. Figure it out after. You can do it. I believe in you. You believe in you. And just remember, it's a tribe. There's a lot of tribes here on Periscope. It is a tribe. We're all in this together. So let's just support each other, believe in ourselves, and help each other do it. And that's it. Thanks, everybody.